In September 2023, Apple will continue on with its 4 iPhone flagship lineup, introducing the iPhone 15, 15 Plus, 15 Pro, and 15 Pro Max. As with the iPhone 14 Pro models, the higher-end iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max will have features that are not available in the iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus models. This roundup highlights everything that you need to know about the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max based on circulating rumors. Stick around to the end to see the new price updates and the confirmed release date. The iPhone 15 Pro is expected to measure in at 6.1 inches, while the iPhone 15 Pro Max will be 6.7 inches, making them identical in size to the iPhone 14 Pro models. So far, it looks like the iPhone 15 Pro models will include some minor design updates, with Apple introducing notably thinner, curved bezels and a new titanium material for the chassis that will replace the stainless steel. Apple is also expected to add a redesigned mute button that could actually serve as an action button similar to the action button on the Apple Watch Ultra. The so-called action button will replace the current mute switch, but it will be able to do more than just mute the iPhone. Rumors suggest that users will be able to set multiple functions, from turning on the flashlight to activating shortcuts. An upgraded 3nm A17 chip will be exclusive to the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max, with the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus models using the same A16 chip that's in the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. The A17 chip will be faster and more efficient, so we could see speed improvements and battery life gains. All iPhone 15 models will feature the Dynamic Island this year and will also transition from Lightning to USB-C, but the iPhone 15 Pro lineup will include an upgraded USB-C port that features faster USB 3.2 or Thunderbolt 3 transfer speeds. More RAM is expected alongside the A17 chip, but all iPhone 15 models will use the same 5G Qualcomm modem chip technology for connectivity. For the most part, the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max will have the same features, with one major difference: the telephoto camera lens. Both iPhone 15 Pro models will include telephoto lens technology as part of their standard 3-camera array, but the iPhone 15 Pro Max will have a new periscope lens that will enable 5x to 6x optical zoom, a notable improvement over the 3x zoom on the current iPhone 14 Pro models. Rumors suggest the iPhone 15 Pro models will come in blue, silver, space gray black, and titanium gray. A photo of an iPhone 15 Pro with USB-C ports surfaced in February, giving us our first look at the design of the device. Dummy models followed in April, as did several renders. The USB-C port doesn't look too much different from the Lightning port in the current iPhone 14 Pro lineup, but it is interesting to see the similarities. The image shows off the deeper curve that Apple is expected to add to the iPhone 15 Pro models, and it has a brushed metal finish that could be the rumored titanium chassis. Leaked front glass panels designed for the iPhone 15 Pro models give us some insight into the thinness of the bezels, and there is a noticeable difference in size. Thinner bezels will be limited to the iPhone 15 Pro models, with no change for the standard iPhone 15 models. The thinner bezel design will be noticeable, as seen in the photo below comparing the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro mock-up. Images of the USB-C connector parts designed for the next-generation iPhone models leaked in August, further confirming Apple's transition to USB-C charging technology. The iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max are expected to look similar to the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max, with 6.1 and 6.7-inch OLED displays and a dynamic island cutout for the camera and Face ID hardware. There have been rumors of some tweaks to the chassis of the two Pro models. One leaker has said that the iPhone 15 Pro models are expected to feature notably thinner bezels compared to the iPhone 14 Pro models. The displays would remain flat despite the slimmer, curved edges, a design likened to the Apple Watch Series 7 and Series 8. The iPhone 15 Pro's bezels are expected to measure in at 1.55mm, which means the device will break the record for the thinnest bezels in a smartphone. The iPhone 14 Pro, for comparison, has 2.17mm bezels. Bezel size is not rumored to change for the standard iPhone 15 models. Instead of stainless steel, rumors suggest that Apple will transition to titanium this year, using it for the frame of the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. Compared to stainless steel, titanium is lighter and stronger, but it is also more expensive because it is harder to work with. Presuming no other major changes in terms of internal components, an iPhone constructed with a titanium frame will be lighter than an iPhone with a stainless steel frame, so it is likely that the 15 Pro and Pro Max will be lighter than their iPhone 14 Pro predecessors. Weight will ultimately be determined by the alloy that Apple uses, as the devices won't be made from pure titanium. Titanium is already used in the Apple Watch lineup, and Apple has in the past featured two titanium colors, a standard silver-like natural titanium color and a darker space black version. Apple could use these same colors for the iPhone 15 Pro models or design new shades. In addition to being lighter weight, titanium has a different finish than stainless steel. Rather than being shiny, it has more of a matte texture that will not attract fingerprints in the same way the iPhone 14 Pro's stainless steel frame does. Titanium is a much stronger material than stainless steel, so an iPhone chassis made of the material could be more resistant to dents, dings, and bending, but it may be easier to scratch because the oxide layer is easily damaged and can make minor scratches stand out. The iPhone 15 Pro models could be available in a dark blue color, which is not too far off from the blue of the iPhone 12 Pro, but with more gray for a deeper shade. Apple often provides one new color each year, and the blue has been used for iPhone 15 Pro prototype devices. Other colors will include a lighter silver gray shade, a space black color, and a natural titanium color, with no gold option expected this year. Apple is contemplating raising the price for both the iPhone 15 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Apple may increase the cost of the device to boost revenue amid a decline in the smartphone market. An analyst has also said that the iPhone 15 Pro models could be more expensive than the iPhone 14 Pro models. It is believed the iPhone 15 Pro could be priced starting at $19,099, up from the $999 starting price of the iPhone 14 Pro. If that's accurate, the iPhone 15 Pro Max could be priced starting at $1,199. The iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max will each be $100 more expensive than their predecessors. The iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Pro models will unveiled at the Wonderlust event that Apple plans to hold on Tuesday, September 12th. Pre-orders will likely take place on Friday, September 15th, with a launch to follow on Friday, September 22nd. Apple is rumored to be replacing the current mute switch with a button design. Like the volume buttons, this is expected to be a physical button rather than a solid-state button. The action button will allegedly replace the current ring silent switch located near the volume buttons, but there is no word yet on what functions such a button might be able to perform. It would likely be customizable, similar to the Apple Watch action button, and could be used for things like activating Do Not Disturb, turning on low power mode, activating the camera app, and more. iOS 17 code has hinted at some of the features that the action button might be able to activate. It could be used to toggle on silent mode, activate the camera, turn on the flashlight, activate a shortcut, turn on a focus mode, turn on the magnifier app, launch the Translate app, start a voice memo, and more. The iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Pro Dynamic Island is expected to feature an updated design with an integrated proximity sensor, but this change will not result in notable changes to the look or functionality of the Dynamic Island. It will change component costs and could be a move that Apple is making to lower device costs somewhat. All iPhone 15 models are expected to feature a USB-C port instead of a Lightning port, a design change that Apple is making because of regulatory requirements in Europe. EU law requires all devices to use a universal charging port, so Apple either needs to design an iPhone just for Europe or make a worldwide change. Rumours suggest that Apple has opted to introduce the USB-C port globally, officially adopting it instead of Lightning for the iPhone 15 lineup. USB-C will mean that the same charger and cable setup can be used for iPhones, iPads, and Macs, along with other devices that use USB-C. For those who have USB-C products like an iPad or a Mac, it will be a convenient transition.